The power of saying no. You're too nice. You're too nice, Sizagel. You are too nice, Jonathan. You are too nice, Sean. Bongane. Sizagel. Nomgqibelo. Sibusiso. You are too nice. You are a people pleaser. Learn to say no. Guys, the power of saying no is underestimated. Everybody can benefit from understanding why saying no is so important to do in life. All right. Because if you don't, it's human nature that human beings are going to walk all over you. Somehow they see it as a sign of weakness. They're not even aware themselves. It's just in their nature. Not that they are bad people, but it's just in their nature to walk all over you, to take advantage of your niceness. You avoid confrontation. I know sometimes you are afraid to verbalize your feelings, how you really feel, because you think maybe it'll irk other people or it'll create confrontation, and you want to try and avoid confrontation. Guys, learn to say no. Ladies, gents, bafethu, abosis, aboput, learn to say no. There's power in saying no. Humans are inclined to want to say yes in situations, whether it's to not let someone down or not let themselves down. It can be extremely hard to say no, but doing so more often provides significant benefits to your overall mental health, such as setting boundaries and other behavioral standards. Here are some ways you can learn to say no while understanding just how important it is. And let me tell you first why a lot of us say yes, right? Perhaps the best way to explore this is just for me to share 2 or 3 or 4 reasons why we say yes. A lot of the time is because we want to avoid confrontation. Very few people enjoy confrontation. When we feel as if saying no will put more pressure or tension on us, we tend to say yes to prevent those feelings. Number 2, pleasing others. Think of a yes man, someone who always too often says yes, too seemingly to please another person. Most of us do this to a lesser extent because people generally want to help the interests of others. Number 3, FOMO, the fear of missing out. FOMO is very much a real thing. And when we feel as if saying no will prevent us from experiencing something we perceive others will, saying yes feels like the only natural option. Number 4, compulsivity. Sometimes people feel naturally compelled to overdo it and say yes to any situation out of a compulsive nature, but there is power in saying no. The power of saying no really comes down to the effect it has on our brain. When we say no more often, we shift the way our brain thinks and reacts to situations, allowing us more ability to make decisions for ourselves. This has got a tremendous effect on our mental health as it allows us to value ourselves more. It also helps us prioritize ourselves and can even lead us to new opportunities that wouldn't have been achievable by saying yes. It also allows us to set boundaries because we teach people how to treat us. People, if you don't teach them how to treat you, because they are humans, they'll just do as they do. They'll just do as they wish until you set boundaries with no. Please don't speak to me that way. No, it's okay. You don't have to help me. Don't worry, I'll do it myself. Just learn to say no more often. Learn to say no. If we begin to implement these thought processes into our mindsets, we'll still find ourselves in numerous situations where saying yes is the better decision. So how do we know exactly when to say no? How do we know if it feels right or wrong? When we learn to say no, we must ask ourselves certain questions about the situation. Will saying yes prevent me from focusing on something that's more important? Will saying yes make me even more tired or burnt out? These questions give us a framework for when it's finally time to say no. Other tips that are recommended to help us to learn to say no more include rehearse. Ask yourself these questions and rehearse the way you wish to convey your point. Like practice it. It must be a habit. It must be a daily thing where you rehearse over and over, practicing. And it must be something that you learn, because it's not going to be easy, because, you know, it's human nature as well. It's probably become second nature that you always say yes, always just to be nice to people, because you've lived all of this nice, being this people pleaser, but it's time to change it. So rehearse it even more and be more honest. I love one of my business partners. His name is Mr. Nicholas Regisford. He calls a spade a spade. Sometimes he hurts your feelings, but I'd rather have him than any other person, because he calls a spade a spade. And if things are great, things are great. If things are not, if he's not happy with things, he'll tell you straight up. How you take it, it's totally up to you, but he calls a spade, and it's in his nature. And that's one of the reasons why I love him, and I love working with him in business. People like that are very important to have in your team in business. Be honest. There is never a need to lie about why you are saying no. Just tell the truth. No, I can't do it because I'm going to be too late for my other appointment. No, I can't do it because my religion doesn't allow me to do that. No, I can't do it because it's not within my values too. I'd love to help you, but I can't because I've got another commitment. You know, just speak out, be honest, be more honest. Offer alternatives. Sometimes providing another way to go about something can help prevent you from saying no. And another point here, do not rush. You don't need to say no to everything, but give yourself time to think through the consequences of committing and then properly give a response. Guys, please, this is your mind, this is your life, this is your brain, this is you. This is your time they're asking for. This is your opinion they're asking for. This is you they're speaking to. So stand up for yourself. Stop being a people pleaser and say no more often. And I'm not saying be a bad person, but prioritize yourself more. And stop being afraid to avoid confrontation, because, hey, there's going to be confrontation here. We are in a meeting. We're in the boardroom. Let me rather not voice out my thoughts, because, hey, what are they going to think? Or maybe they're going to say one, two. No. Speak your mind. Put your foot down. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid. But just learn a polite way of trying to express yourself. But express yourself. Say no more often. It is a good thing. Ultimately, it will be a good thing for you. So learn to say no, because trust me, abantu, they will take advantage of you. These are human beings we're dealing with. Your mental health is key, guys. With more light, which has been shared on what I've just said now, on why saying no is important, prioritize your mental health, manabakocha. You come first. Your kids come first. Your family comes first. Your needs come first. You come first. Say no. Be assertive. Put your foot down. In America, they say stand on business. Stand on business, man. Learn to say no more often. Prioritize yourself. Setting boundaries in life can protect your mental health and provide you with ways to combat certain negatives in a more productive manner. But if you believe your mental health may need help prioritizing, consider but in different programs or books that you can read. There's even a book called The Power of Saying No. There's more than one books like that. And go check that book out. It is also a really, really good book. I understand the importance of prioritizing your mental health, guys. That's why I'm saying prioritize your mental health, prioritize yourself, prioritize the things that matter to you, those that matter to you, your projects, your business, and the growth of what you are working on. Learn to say no more often, because sometimes just being too much of a nice guy is a cost. So say no.